What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Phase Reviews YouTube channel. My name is Jordan. If you're new here, thank you for joining me, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back as always. Behind me is the Proreck Club 6000, a surprisingly capable and affordable active PA system with dual line array, mini line array type cabinets up top, 15-inch subwoofers down below, a built-in mixer, and a whole lot more features. In this quick video today, I'm going to tell you about my experience setting up and using this PA system, whether or not I think it's worth the money, and what are the most important standout features of the Club 6000. Let's dive into it. So if you've come across my channel in the past or you're interested in Proreck products, you may have seen that I've reviewed their Club 2000 and Club 3000, some of the smaller models that they offer. The 3000 in particular was quite capable for the price, but I think the 6000 really ups the ante and is probably the sweet spot in their product range. Now, you're gonna see some video overlaid that shows everything that comes in the packaging. Now, this PA system, unlike a traditional PA cabinet, is some assembly required. You're gonna get a pair of subwoofers in the box, one of them powered, one of them passive. The single subwoofer will have the amplifiers to power all of the speakers, and you will connect everything via some speaker cables. Also in the box, you're going to get brackets to mount the line array units. You get 2 of those per side. You're also going to get all of the cables you need with plenty of length to space these out, at least 15 to 20 feet, a power cable, a user manual, and a remote. Now, build quality on these is pretty great. The subwoofers are wooden and they have a great tone. There is a speaker pole included to connect up to the top cabinets, which are a plastic design to make them a little more lightweight, and even mounted on their bracket with the speaker pole, they're fairly easy to take in and out of the subwoofer. The subwoofer hole, by the way, is non-threaded, so these just slot in. And one of the only downsides of the product, in my opinion, while they claim it makes it easier to put them in and out, it does make the system a little more wobbly. A bit of gaff tape around the speaker pole will probably make them a little more sturdy. Now, there are a couple jumper cables to connect the 2 line array units together, and you'll see on the bracket on the back of the speakers that you can adjust the angle between the 2 different line array units. Now, altogether, it says this is a 6,000 watt system. Watts really aren't a measure of power, and that's probably peak, and that's probably an optimistic number. Really, what we care about are the decibels, and they don't give a rated spec for this. However, they do say that the sensitivity is 124 dB per 1 watt. Just a subjective, hearing the speakers. I'll tell you about my experience with that in a moment and what I think as far as the volume. Now, 15-inch subwoofers, like I mentioned, and we've got 4 6-inch drivers in the line array units, 1 per speaker. So the 6-inch driver is the mid-range / high, is a little bit better than your mini column array speakers with the 2.5 or 3-inch drivers. It does feel like the mid-range is a bit more full. Altogether, though, the frequency response of this system is 50 hertz on the low end up to 20,000 hertz on the high end, and I think that's actually an accurate number. These speakers are probably hitting 50, maybe at the minus 10 dB, 40. They're not really digging down into the sub bass, but for a rock group, an acoustic group, a band, these are really going to do well. The mids and the highs are exceptionally clear, and I'm kind of jumping ahead to the sound quality portion, but I was very, very impressed with the vocals and with the guitar and drums. Now, we've already mentioned how we kind of set this system up. You're going to have to put a few screws together. It's probably going to take you an hour or 2 by yourself. It's not too hard. It's just kind of a lot of steps. Now, altogether, this comes shipped as 3 boxes, and the boxes weigh 48.5 pounds, 49 pounds, and 60 pounds. Obviously, the heaviest component is going to be the powered subwoofer, followed by the passive subwoofer, and then the top speakers. Now, going around the back to look at the mixer section, you've got 3 inputs, 2 combo XLR 1/4 inch, as well as an RCA. You've also got SD card slot, USB slot, and of course Bluetooth, so a ton of connection opportunities available. You've got a mini digital media player that you can adjust all of the settings, and you can control that via the remote as well. Now, going down, we have the outputs for the different speaker cables. One will go up to the top speakers on the left, one will cross the room and go up the speakers on the right, and then a speak-on out to connect the 2 subwoofers. Very, very simple to set up. And now let's talk a little bit about the sound quality and the output. Now, this comes in, I believe, around $700 as of the time of this video, and for that price, you could buy maybe 1 mid-range cabinet from a name brand supplier. I do think at that price point, this probably punches above pretty much any single 12-inch speaker if you want pure output. Now, obviously, if you go for some, Italian-made designer speaker, you'll probably get better sound quality, but I think just pound for pound, dollar for dollar, output for the money. This is really punching above its weight class. The sound quality, like I mentioned, good, clear, especially the mids and the highs. I don't feel like there's anything missing or emphasized too much right there. When we get to the lows, there's a lot more mid bass than actual low bass, sub bass, but that's just to be expected. I think that's the thing that most of these affordable systems fall short on. Now, I recorded a few audio clips for you to listen to. I'm not a fan of YouTube audio demos because by the time the audio comes through, YouTube's compressed free audio library into my crappy mic, uploaded, edited, compressed, re-uploaded, comes through your speakers onto your headphones. It's not how these actually sound, but I like to do it just because so many of you asked for it. So here is a quick audio demo of these speakers. And there you go. That is the Proreck Club 6000. I think if you're willing to haul the two subwoofers, the poles, the speakers, they're not as easy to transport as other options, but if you're willing to do it, you will be rewarded with a lot of output for your $700 and very good, clear audio quality. All in all, it's been working great for me. The Bluetooth is reliable. The speakers have ran for hours. I left them on overnight once accidentally, came back down and started testing again. So 24 hours of continuously being on, didn't overheat, ran perfectly fine. Very, very impressed with this system. So if you want to check it out, you can read more down in the description. I'll include a link so you can check them out, maybe buy there if you'd like. If you're not picking up, no worries. Just go ahead, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any reviews coming in the future. That's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.